dude, your eternal soul, all I can do is take this away from you, and you still live. Okay? It's not who we are, it's what we are. As far as forming an organization, it needs to be grassroots, because everything else that becomes a foundation or a corporation, they take over. If it's a grassroots, and everybody in this audience and every citizen around the world, if we start watching each other's back, there isn't jack that they can do to us. There just isn't.
That was dramatic. Here we go. Thanks.
I got up because I wanted to assert that we are the ground crew. Sorry. I wanted to assert that we are the ground crew and that we are being mentored, and find out if you disagree with that this is the choir, and that we are being mentored already, whether we've been tapped on the shoulder by someone from another part of the galaxy or not. And that we should stop denying that we are already being mentored and we already are getting the message of what it is that we need to do.
Well, I think George said it best yesterday, Mr. Green. We are extraterrestrials. You know, we're just trying to reconnect the kin, basically. You know, so yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I don't have any problem with that. The reason for my purpose for reiterating it is knowing that these things go wherever they go, and that there are so many people now coming into this, discovering it for the first time, or at least asking questions, and it's important to bring them on board as quickly as possible. To just have them to plant the seed, hey, on some level you are already being mentored spiritually, and we just need to bring the physicality and connect that to the spiritual essence of ourselves.
Thank you.
That was my purpose.
I was just wondering about the nature of the incoming object. You said,
what was the question?
Sorry, I'm a little nervous here.
Nobody will bite you.
Yeah, you mentioned an incoming object, like 22 degrees to Uranus or something?
18 degrees right ascension of Neptune's orbit. All I know is that it's a planetary structure, and it's friendly.
It's not.
But I don't know anything more else about it at the moment. But I know it's friendly.
That works.
Okay, it's not Nibiru.
I have a question, but as I was standing there, I had a realization. You were talking about the holographic kind of system that they've put in place, and that you said that we need to implement that holographic system. And when you said we need to become grassroots, everything has to become grassroots, I got it on an extreme level, that by continuing to share it passionately with absolutely everyone, that we are creating the holographic system that they can't destroy.
That's right. It's impossible.
So I really got it. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
My question is, you were mentioning that the Andromeda have the DNA to be able to remember past lives, and that our DNA is damaged, so we cannot. Do you know of ways in which we can heal our DNA, and would accessing the blueprint of perfect health and healing in our higher self be part of that?
It's a great question. I don't have the answer to that.
Thank you.
And I had to put my glasses on to see who I was talking to.
Okay, my take on the grassroots thing, and tell me if I'm right, is that even if we're not out talking, if you're doing your spiritual work and in your mind you have a desire for a world that's peaceful and pure and good without the hatefulness and the fear, and you're creating that's the grassroots thing, that there doesn't have to be an organization.
That's exactly right.
Thank you.
You got it. Now, I wanted to bring up something. I've been blessed to have an opportunity to spend some time in Europe, and I was in Switzerland, and we had just come out of a pub, And there were some young men being arrested for some reason. And I will never forget this. As we're standing there watching this happen, one of the young men said to the Swiss police, "You didn't read me my rights." And the cop stopped and goes, "What rights?" He goes, "I got rights. You got to read me the Miranda Act." And this is a Swiss student, okay? A Swiss being, and he goes, "This is Switzerland. You don't have any rights here." Okay? But this young man believed so much in that he was willing to challenge the police officer about it. Okay? And it was a big surprise for him. So you see, the influence that the United States has had on the world is so more profound than any of us realize. And the disappointment is probably equal to that at this point. Okay? Because here we have, the propaganda has been communism, fascism. We have sent young men to war, lost their lives to fight communism and fascism. And in 60 years, we become fascist? What's wrong with this picture? Okay? Sir, 2 more questions and then I'm done.
I wanted to preface this question with just saying again, as I spoke with you in private, it's an honor and a privilege to have you here with us. And thank you for speaking of what you know. And I also wanted to say that I don't want this question to sound in any way hostile to anyone, because it does come from the bottom of my heart. And it's something that has been bothering me for a long time. If we are to move forward and connect all the pieces of the puzzle and move forward into the holographic social structure that you're talking about, where the children know more than the adults, and where all information is given to the young, then why is it that we still, even in disclosure movements and with courageous witness testimony coming forward, people speaking, that there are still certain topics that people are afraid to or will resist talking about, such as the Stargates that was mentioned earlier this morning, and other things?
So is your question exactly why there are still some topics people don't want to discuss? Right.
In people who are just courageously stepping forward and risking their lives to speak out about what they know, why is it that they do not speak about everything that they do know, and there are still topics that they wish not to speak about?
Well, that's a great question, and I'm also guilty of that. It's a comfort zone, it's a comfort level, and everything has its own timing. What would happen to humanity if the government were to come clean about everything that they know about everything that they know? Could humanity totally deal with it?